Hello, hello, hello. Now, what if I told you to stop working on yourself? I mean, this is incredible words from somebody who helps people grow, right? But stay with me. That call that comes from within, that sounds something like, surely I'm meant for more. I want to feel more. I want to be more. There's gotta be more. Who knows this feeling? Who's had this feeling and the call from within? Yeah. When that call comes, we tend to jump and start seeking. We start searching. And we read the books. We listen to the podcasts, do the workshops, go for the therapies, diligently get through the 30-day challenges, and we drink the green juices, right? Who's been there? Who's done all the things and done them right? Yeah, me too. And at the end of that all, end of all the doing right, there can still be a feeling of, I really should be further along on this process than I am. I really thought by now I'd be feeling a lot better. So there can be a massive gap between what you know and how you feel. Who's been there? Drop it in the comments. I know what you're talking about. Me, yeah? I know, I get it. Me too. If I had to tell you how much money I've spent on personal growth and self-improvement and healing and all the processing, I don't even want to go there, to be honest. Right. Let me tell you about my client. Let's call her Leslie. She's a smart, strong woman with her long, beautiful hair, incredible posture. When she walks into the room, you just know that, oh, I need to listen to what she's got to say. She's a doctor and she helps young, aspiring medical professionals. She's a teacher also, and involved in an NGO to help communities that have lacked opportunities for good services. So she's got an incredible brain and a massive, massive heart. Community builder, just incredible woman, right? So when she heard the call from within, that below and beyond and up and above, all of her duties, all of her creations, all of her responsibilities, she wanted to feel more, deep satisfaction, genuine gratitude for all that she had already created. She thought that it should feel better than it actually did. So she jumped into the river of change and seeking with both feet, boots on, all of it, and did all the things correctly. At the end, it was evident, or at that point, it wasn't the end, of course. At that point, it was evident that whatever she was doing was working, because she was finding herself smoothly arriving in the parking spot when she arrived at the grocery store, and she was experiencing synchronicities, meeting people, having insights, having realizations, found herself responding rather than reacting to things. She even went so deep as to jump into that work with ancestral healing ancestral lines, and noticed that her relationship with her mother was improving drastically, even without having a heart-to-heart over a nice cup of tea. As if by miracle, just by doing the work on herself, her relationship to her mother was improving. Who's had that feeling? Who knows what it's like when a relationship on the outside miraculously gets better when you shift inside? Yeah, know that feeling? It's incredible, isn't it? So all the evidence was suggesting that Leslie was doing it all perfectly. But when there was no one to perform for, when there was no one to answer to, you know, those lonely moments in the middle of the night when you have to be strong for nothing, no one. She realized that she was feeling exhausted, absolutely tired to the bone. You know that tiredness when you're weary to the bone? Yeah, it's not a great feeling. So in the morning, The light came and she decided, okay, I'm going to put in more effort. I'm going to tweak my exercise routine, start this new exercise regimen, add some mineral supplements, a few vitamins, a few herbs, and all will be good. So she put in more effort. Again, the right kind. I'm not knocking anything that she was doing. At the end, she realized that the tiredness was ever deeper. What's going on? Leslie was working on herself. So this is where our conversation began, and we started working together. And through inquiry and somatic techniques of gaining clarity from the mind and the body and the subconscious, we realized something really, really important. Now, if we distill our motivations down to the root, down to the beginning, what is it that drives us to make a decision? It is either love or it is fear. And sometimes recognizing it as a fear-based decision is not so easy because it doesn't feel like fear. It doesn't look like fear. It looks like I'm not good enough. It looks like I'm not worthy. It looks like comparison. It looks like scarcity. It looks like FOMO, right? So we can make decisions out of fear or out of love. And Leslie realized that, she had been making her decisions essentially from fear by seeking for the next thing on the outside of herself, the next goal, the next target, the next breakthrough. And this brings me to a little bit of a gripe that I have with my own industry. Even though often we can see in the messaging teachers saying and processes kind of reinforcing the idea that you are enough, you are perfect as you are, it's still often too easy to slip into that loop of self-improvement, working on yourself. After this next breakthrough, things will come together. It's all going to come together just when I reach this next breakthrough. And eventually we release, process, and are in this never-ending loop. Your life can feel like a 24-hour workshop. Who knows what it's like to live in a 24-hour workshop? I've been there, for sure. And you never seem to arrive anywhere. It's just this one more process, this one more thing, and then I'll feel better, right? So how enough are you really feeling in that? What is it that is driving you for the next thing? Not enoughness. That's right. So how potent can this realization really be? With most things, inner shifts are seemingly small, but they can be so significant because they result in a feeling changing. Knowing, I think we all have enough. There's so much information coming at us. We all know enough. It's all about the feeling. Maybe we should do something together now, just to experience a little bit of a change, and how significantly our experience of a moment can change by just redirecting our focus a little bit. If you're up for doing this, just let yourself settle and have a nice straight spine, and begin to pay attention to your exhale. Often we take a breath together, but let's just exhale. Let yourself exhale all the way to the bottom without pushing, without forcing, without unnatural effort, right? Just let the air flow out. Let the inhale take care of itself. You just keep your focus on exhaling all the way to the bottom. Let your face relax. Let your jaw relax. Let your shoulders relax. Let your chest, your stomach, everything relax. And just arrive at the very bottom of your breath. And perhaps when you get there, you notice that it's actually pretty restful, and you might want to hang out there for a moment or two before the next inhale will begin all by itself. Now, when you find yourself comfortable resting at the bottom, this is the moment to shift from taking the next breath to just being ready to receive it. Let the air out, let yourself empty out in order to be ready for your body to open so that you can receive the next breath. Now feel into the difference between taking a breath and receiving a breath. Yeah. The tiny little adjustment in how we show up. It's not about what we do, so often it's about how we do it and how we show up in the moment. If you closed your eyes, then you can slowly open them again and bring that spaciousness, bring that energy of receptivity, receiving with you when you open your eyes. How we do one thing can easily be how we do everything. How did that land for you? Put a note in the comments if it feels good. Maybe just G for good. Yeah. Receive instead of take. So, Leslie, with our inquiry and our somatic practices, mainly breath work, she understood that she was actually operating from an externally motivated place rather than feeling the love and making the decisions based on self-love. So we continued our work together to dive into the world of true and proper self-appreciation and self-love so that she could genuinely feel it, absolutely feel it, not just know that that was her birthright. Feel it, right? And one day it all fell into place and she realized how very much she loved her body, how much she appreciated her life, and how grateful she was for her breath, for her body, for her life, just all of it, everything that had brought her to that moment. Now, somebody who is feeling so in love with themselves, why on earth would they then go on to do any more work? Am I not basically doing myself out of a job? Well, to be perfectly honest, I would happily do myself out of a job if all of us could find our beautiful, empowered expression and know that we are truly the CEOs of our life. Oh, this would make me very, very happy. But the truth is that none of us can do this alone. We are all in this together. So we do need each other to show us the blind spots and mirror for each other where our growth can be. So if you truly, truly love yourself, let me actually put it this way. Whatever you really enjoy, whatever you really love, do you not generally want more of it? Yeah? You know what I mean? That's right. So when you find that absolute love for yourself, you tend to want to experience more of it and you tend to want to bring it out into the world. Because ultimately your value is in how you express who you are and what you are. Your self-worth is never ever tied to what you express in the world. You are always ultimately worthy. You are ultimately enough. You are already perfect. There is nothing to prove, nothing to fix. No, that is separate. But we like to play with that. We like to expand on that and become even more authentically true to our essence, right? We want more of what we love. And if we look at nature, and the fact is that we are part of nature, we cannot grow anything by abandoning parts, by rejecting parts, by cutting away parts. No. True growth, sustainable growth happens by us integrating all of our experiences, all parts of ourselves, bring it back in. So if you have something in your past that is still causing you discomfort, that's still causing you pain even, something that you like to turn away from, something that triggers you, those are all gifts waiting to be unwrapped. That's energy that's blocked, stuck somewhere in your body. And whatever it is that you are using to keep it there, the energy that you're utilizing to keep it under wraps, well, that's even more energy that is not available to you to create with, right? So lovingly, we go in search of what is ready to transform, what is ready to be integrated. Yeah. How much do you feel genuine appreciation and love for yourself in this moment? If you want, maybe just wrap your arms around yourself and just feel into that. How comfortable is it to embrace yourself? How much warm, fuzzy feelings do you get in that moment? On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 not being very much, 10 being, oh yeah, we've got a good thing going. If you're brave enough, put it in the chat, 1 to 10. What's your self-love rating? Now, I want to share with you something that you can start implementing right now. If you want to try what changes when you start to operate from a place of true love, you can maybe use a technique, a tool that I learned from a beautiful, brilliant teacher, Lisa Thomas. And it's a simple set of words that can change so much. Cancel, cancel. Only love is spoken here. So anytime you find yourself thinking or speaking from a place of lack, from a place of scarcity, from a place of comparison, judgment, criticism, when that Kremlin on the shoulder is just relentless or too loud, you simply say cancel, cancel. Only love is spoken here. And this can start to rewire your brain to look for a completely new way of seeing the world and yourself. Give it a try. I could almost promise that within a week you can start to notice a shift. Yeah. And why does this matter? Well, harmony cannot be faked. And if I feel like anything is called for in this world of ours right now, whether it's the way you feel at 3 a.m., when you are up alone and your husband is peacefully and softly snoring next to you and you're wondering, how is he even sleeping? Harmony cannot be faked. When you find yourself wanting to be a heart-centered parent, yet you just yelled at your kid, harmony cannot be faked, right? We want this harmony to be a real felt thing, not just an idea, not just knowledge. So I come back to my original words, stop working on yourself. Instead, how about you start to support yourself, love yourself, listen to yourself. You might end up doing all that you are doing now, maybe even more, just like Leslie, just like me. But the way it feels will change dramatically because of the foundational energy, the basis for your decisions. When we start to learn a new habit, create a new mindset, a frame, we often need repetition. And if you would like some help with resetting yourself, then you can grab a free gift from the link that's attached on my website. There's a free reset tool available to you. It's also a way for us to stay connected if you would like to stay connected with me. I certainly would love that. Now, last of my little asks of you in terms of the comments is I would love to know what it is that you got out of this talk. What is your key takeaway? Please drop it in the comments so I know how to give you more of what it is that you want and that will truly serve you. Okay, with all of my love, thank you so much for listening, and see you soon.